Whether we realize it or not, we probably know people who struggle with shame, and that person may be you. If we study the core of shame, it's when a person feels that something they have done or something that has happened to them makes them feel incapable of being loved and accepted. If you don't know how to manage your shame, it can become a part of your identity. And if you don't know how to navigate through those impulsive ass emotions, you're fucked. Believe me, I know from firsthand experience. On today's episode, I'm gonna tell you guys about one of my most shameful experiences and how I was able to pull my head out of my own ass. My name is Imar Quintanilla, and welcome to my channel, A Mindful Approach. Let's get right into it. It doesn't really matter where your shame comes from, but it's almost always an unpleasant ass feeling. You can be ashamed for just about anything. Your behavior, your job, your upbringing, your small beepee, the fact that you can't fucking last in bed. I mean, it's endless. Look, whatever it is that you guys are ashamed about, all those experiences are in the past. All you can do is accept that they happened. What is next is up to you. So, what is it that I'm most ashamed about? It's my 2 DUIs. My first DUI happened in 2016 on New Year's Eve. And I got pulled over for speeding on the freeway, and it was 4 a.m. I blew a .08, which is the legal limit, but I still got booked to spend a night in jail, and I was fucked. After I went to court, I got let off pretty easily. I had like 4 days of community service. I had to do a Mothers Against Drunk Drivers program. I had to go to the county morgue to see all the dead bodies, which was pretty dope actually. I also had to do some alcohol classes that were like 3 months, and then pay some couple $1,000s in fine, and then I was done. But I had to resign my position as an EMT. I busted my ass off to get that job, and there was no way I could keep my job with having a dirty record. And that was the part that really fucked me up. I was the golden boy. I was riding along the LA County Fire. I was going to school. I was working, you know, like I was on top of the world. And then I fucking let my guard down and this shit happens. So I got a job working at a restaurant called Eureka Burger in Claremont, California. And I just felt like it was a huge step down to working as an EMT, to bussing tables, to, you know, being a host and sitting down guests for their, you know, dining experience. And I'm not talking shit about the job or the people who worked there, because they were all really helpful. They were incredibly welcoming, and, you know, they made it fun to work there. But deep down inside, I just felt so ashamed and embarrassed that I went from working as a fucking EMT to now bussing fucking tables. And then on Thanksgiving 2018, I stepped on my own dick again. I got pulled over at the exact same fucking spot as my first DUI, and they fucking took me in, but this time it was way worse. I blew a .20, which is almost 3 times over the fucking limit. They doubled all my fucking fines. I had to do 48 8-hour days of community service working on a farm. I had to do an 18-month alcohol program. They suspended my license for 2 years. I had to put a breathalyzer in my fucking truck. It was a fucking nightmare. And then I had to do an additional 4 days of county jail time. Oh yeah, and then right when I got out of jail, like at fucking 6 in the morning or something like that, the girl that I was with at the time dumped me. And I don't fucking blame her at all whatsoever. I was a basket case at that time. And you know, she did us both a favor because that relationship was fucked. So you can imagine how I was feeling at that time. I was feeling unworthy, broken, and just completely ashamed of my behavior. So you know what I did? I went on a fucking full-fledged fuck it mode for like 2.5 years. I just didn't give a fuck anymore. I look back at that time and I seriously think that I was trying to kill myself, but not by pulling the fucking trigger or by fucking tying the fucking noose. I was trying to drink my fucking self to death and have fun by running away from my responsibilities. So I ran away into the night with a bottle in my hand, and you know, I made the most out of it, but it was just fucked up. Like, I mean, I still went on dates with girls, but I was straight lying to them. I wasn't really telling them all the information about me because I was ashamed of myself, and your boy was still trying to get his dick wet, and I still fucking did. So if I slayed you from anywhere between 2018 to about maybe 2021, No lie, I would always tell women, look, I'm not Mr. Right, but I am Mr. Right now. And they'll be like, dumb, stupid. You know, it worked, but at the same time, lying to them just made me feel more ashamed of myself. At that time, I was too comfortable with being disassociated from reality. And I took a hard look at myself and I decided that I needed to change for fucking once. You see, I already knew the road that lying led me to, and I became more curious to see how my life would look if I told the truth for once, which was an undiscovered road for me. So if you want to move past your feelings of shame, get curious to see how your life might look and feel without it. Once you do that, that's gonna help drive you to truly want to change, because you see the vision of how your life will look, and it looks better than where the fuck you are right now. I knew my life would look better without my shame controlling me. So I found an opportunity when I met my girlfriend, Marissa, and I decided for once to be truthful. But during that meetup, I told her who I really was and what I've been through. And I was scared shitless. But I made an oath to myself that, no matter what the outcome is with this girl, if she chooses to fuck with me, dope. If she chooses to walk away, I understand, but I could still be proud of myself for overcoming my fears of shame. And I got to talk about my story. And I didn't know how much of a disservice that I was doing by not talking about my story, because there was a lot of people that I have helped out to this day who have been through DUIs, and they also need help and information because it's scary. Life doesn't prepare you for shit like this. So I became a resource to people who are going through DUIs, and by helping them, it helped me, because now I can talk about it in front of you guys. And it was the hardest thing for me to do for many years, was to talk about my biggest fuck up. And I still fucks with me to this day, you know what I mean? But I feel better helping other people out. And if I can be that resource to help another individual who's going through a stressful time because they're going through a DUI, and I can kind of ease them, prepare them for what's to come, that right there, that gave me a little bit of purpose. The reason shame is so powerful is because we are wired to connect, and shame effectively withdraws that acceptance and connections we all want. I wasn't really able to truly connect with people until I was able to tell my story. If I hadn't shared my struggles about alcohol and relationships, I wouldn't have connected with others and found my purpose of providing helpful insights. If shame becomes part of your core identity, it has the potential to manifest into hypercritical self-talk, then it morphs into self-hate, then the fuck it takes over. Shame derives its power from being unspeakable. It's a silent epidemic. Shame thrives when we feel most alone, cut off, and separate from those who are closest to us. So gentlemen, if you guys learned anything from this episode today, do not hesitate to tell your story, and be careful who you tell it to, because this is some heavy duty information that you don't want to just tell the fucking world. So don't hesitate to tell your story, because there are communities out there who want to hear your story. You're gonna get a sense of fulfillment by helping others, believe me. And always remember, America loves a redemption story. So what's yours? That's a mindful approach. I'm Imar Quintanilla. If you know anyone who can benefit from this information, send them my way. Hope you guys have a great Halloween. Get laid, don't drink and drive, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.